I'm a baby dragon born of a crystal like half an hour ago. I don't even understand how clothes work.
Yeah. So if this is bad enough, I might just buy a new CD.
Yeah.
And we can just... I'll get back to where we are. But anyway, we'll do this recording session.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, so there's a road up ahead called the Iral Road. Go there sometimes and, well, bug people.
All right.
I mean, hey, he just out and said it.
Let's go commit some crimes.
Yeah, it's not like we hurt people or anything. Just steal from them. I'm not into hurting people, you know?
I only kill them by, by degrees.
Yeah.
If they starve, they starve. I didn't do that. I just took their food.
Yeah. Oh, here we are. We got our peeps. All right, so I'm gonna go back and talk to those dudes.
Oh, learn about the camping?
Yeah. Oh, that's right. You have
Oh.
yeah, and let's see. That's how you do it. His is unlocking stuff, which is very uncommon, and Tipo can kick things. Yeah. So now we can enter buildings, which is nice.
Hi, I know we just robbed you.
It's you, is it? Well, there's nothing here. You hear me? Nothing for little thieves like you. So get on, shoot.
Yeah.
And then you're allowed to buy stuff.
What if I have money? Well, if you have money.
Yep. Oh, there's nothing there. Okay. Let's see. Yes. So square for some reason is the menu. All right. Who do I want to give what? Let's give him the melted blade that I took off of Mogu's corpse. All right. Yeah. So we'll go here. Talk to some peeps here. What do you want? There's nothing new for you to steal.
What about buy?
Yes. So there's a whole bunch of stuff. Fishing is in this game too, and it is much more prominent than it was in Breath of Fire 2.
Oh, okay. There's nothing for you to steal. What about this thing that I'm going to steal?
Yes. Okay. Hey, you. What's that? Say you want to stay at the inn? 30 zenny. I can't do that. Alright. Moving on. I guess I'll save as infrequently as possible. Okay.
Nothing.
So now I actually can go around stealing from people's houses because I'm a fine, upstanding little boy.
Yes. No. You don't understand. This isn't stealing. I'm clearly the protagonist. Do you see the camera flying above my head?
Exactly.
I'm just procuring things.
Yes.
For my fight against evil, which will inevitably happen.
Yeah.
Smells burnt. Somehow it reminds me of something.
You know, you say that about your fight against evil, which will inevitably happen. And you're not technically wrong. But that's one of the things that they subvert.
There is literally only one thing I remember about this game.
Uh-huh.
And that one of the recurring enemies is a rainbow unicorn man of death.
Yeah. I mean, you're kind of right there.
I'm going off of very vague memories from my shitty brain.
Yeah.
From something I watched half-heartedly about, 6 years ago.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Grr, you little punks.
Looking for trouble again? Yeah, so, there are 2 unicorns.
Yes, they fusion dance.
Yes. Which spoilers, I guess. But, yes. And they are a recurring enemy, and I would say they're, the most compelling enemy in the game.
I couldn't remember if they started as unicorns or just horsemen, and then combined into a unicorn.
Yeah. They start as unicorns.
Oh, we're fighting a bird.
Yeah.
By the way, the camera pan, I'm like, are we fighting that lady?
That would be hilarious. Oh, can't steal berries from that ripper.
Hey, you bastard. You ran out for me for the last time. Oh, T-Bo's here too. I couldn't even see because of the fucking tree.
Yeah, sometimes characters get, hidden by the geometry. It happens. Haven't been able to find much to eat in the forest either. What are we gonna do? It's an old man. Oh, okay, so this is all the
man
same
name's
stuff.
Bunyan.
Yep.
Kinda strange.
By the way, this is the fast text scrolling.
Oh, the chunk.
Yeah. Not just chug, but it's actually just normally slow.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, this game takes its time, which I think is actually to its benefit. Okay, so there's something really good that I want to steal. Nope, don't attack Ryu. But yeah, I think it's to its narrative benefit, and it's also one of the reasons it's one of my favorite games to play, because it's something that you can just pick up and play and enjoy and not have to worry about, like, stress.
Okay.
There are moments of very strong, like, tension and whatnot.
Right.
But yeah, it's a very laid-back sort of tension-free. You can do whatever whenever you want and not even feel ludonarrative dissonance kind of thing.
So it's not like, oh my god, meteor's gonna hit the planet in like 2 days.
Yeah.
You go to North Cave, whenever you feel like it.
Right, exactly. Yeah, there's never anything like that. It's all very much at your own pace because your characters drive the narrative.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about the examine. Okay, yeah, I need to remember how this game works. It's one of my favorite games. I've played it like at least 10 times, and I completely forgot about examining.
Well, it's one of those things, like, when you're playing a game in the moment, and when you're playing it through a normal playthrough, all the skills come to you, and a lot of them will stick with you for fucking ever.
Yeah.
But
here, let's just do
you
this.
put it down for a while, and you not touch it for maybe years?
Yeah, you gotta remember some stuff.
Takes a second.
Yep. Okay, so the way examine works is if you have a character, yeah, all right. Yeah. Anyway, if you have a character look at an enemy, and they do a move that is learnable by your character.
Oh, so it's like blue magic.
Yeah, actually, it's like a built-in blue magic that every character can do.
Okay.
Which is really neat. I guess over here. Alright, so just want to tell you about camping. Tell me about... Alright, so there's interesting stuff. You can rest. Skill notes is where you can transfer the skills that you learn from examining between characters. And then the master list, I think, is the most interesting thing. So there are people called masters.
Right.
You can look up info on masters you met in camp.
Okay.
If you apprentice yourself to a master, your abilities and statistics will change according to who your master is when you gain a level. So be sure to check if we're going up a level. Yeah, so that's a new thing in this game. I mean, it was new at the time, obviously it's not new. But, so, that's a way you can customize your characters, is you equip a master to them, and the master will change how they function every time they level up.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So, like, there are magic-focused ones that will actually decrease your HP and like, attack gain, but they'll increase your AP and magic.
Okay, so I'm getting this right. How it functions is equipping a master doesn't change your stats immediately, but it changes the stats you gain when you level up.
Correct. Yeah. And you will... Okay, so you can never lower in stats when you level up, but if your character would normally, upon level up, gain, say, 2 hit points, but the master makes you lose 5 hit points on level up, then your character won't get those hit points.
Okay.
So if you really knew the game inside and out, theoretically you could min-max your levels so that you lose as few as possible and gain as many as possible. But that's a pain in the ass, and you have to go directly to the masters to even put them on. So
the second I saw the system, I'm like, there has to be a spreadsheet out there.
Yeah, probably.
There has to be somebody has made a spreadsheet where it's like, these masters at these levels, this is how you maximize your stats.
Yeah. Oh, another thing. If your speed stat is high enough compared to the enemies, you get an extra turn.
That I like.
Yes. And that's why only Ray got to go that extra turn.
That reminds me a lot of the Final Fantasy X combat system, which you see replicated in a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
Like, really, it reminded me of the Digimon, like the modern Digimon RPG system, which is based off of the Final Fantasy X system. Which is good and bad at the same time, because I'm still having fucking flashbacks to that Ultra Force Vmon fight on hard, where I don't even see my characters getting a turn.
Yeah.
The turn meter is just this fucker.
That's insanity, yep. So yeah, when they use all kinds of abilities against you, you can learn some of these abilities with the Examine command.
Okay, so he tells you about it.
Yeah, yeah. Keep trying. Tell me about skills. One thing to remember, many monsters have an ability they won't use, except in certain situations, like when they're wounded.
Oh.
About the X turn. Sometimes when you're fighting a monster, if a lot faster than they are, you can get an extra attack in keeping your equipment light so your agility stays high is one strategy you can try.
So
there's a weight.
There's a part of my brain that's like, oh, video games have gotten more complicated over time, and like old games are primitive in a lot of ways and simpler. And then I remember it's like, so action games and first-person shooters and shit like that have gotten more complicated. RPGs have actually gotten simpler over time.
Yeah, actually that's true. Like if you look at Morrowind versus Skyrim, holy shit. But yeah, no, like there's a lot of things about RPGs that have simplified for sure.
You bringing up Elder Scrolls just reminded me of the thing that pisses me off the most with modern Elder Scrolls. They took out the thing I thought was the fucking coolest about beast races, where you had fucked up legs and weird faces. So not all equipment would fit on you.
Oh, right.
Like, if you were Argonian or Kaji, you couldn't wear a closed-face helmet. Because no one made closed-face helmets for you.
Right.
Because why would you? You're a slave race.
Yeah.
Or you couldn't wear boots, because they're like, what boots are going to fit your fucked up legs?
Yeah.
But now it's like, no, they just fit everything. I'm like, oh, that's boring.
Yeah. So here's the part from the intro, which you can actually go back to.
Oh,
it's not just a cutscene location.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I would say the introduction to this game is probably one of the stronger ones that I've seen in pretty much any JRPG, because they really thought things out, like, heavily. It loses some steam later on, and there's one trip at the finish line, but the finish line is strong.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's fucking funny. During like all my isolation and shit where I couldn't really do anything, I fucking marathon through the entire Danganronpa franchise.
Yeah.
And it's the exact fucking opposite of what you described. Where they all start so fucking stupid. And with the exception of the third one, they all uniformly end really cringe and bad. And the third one, it's like, depends on who you ask. It ends really cringe and bad, because holy shit, that ending is divisive.
Yeah.
But all the middle stuff is super strong.
Yeah.
And with what I've seen from Breath of Fire, they start really strong. They end pretty strong. And there's a lot of interesting moments in the middle, but the middle is just this meandering mess.
Yeah, kinda. I wouldn't call the meandering here a mess, though. It actually fits in with the themes of the game.
That's good.
Yeah. Like, I don't want to spoil things, so I'm going to keep things very vague. By the way, don't bite the trees. But
noted.
This is one of the best coming-of-age stories I've ever seen.
Okay.
And it actually emulates, in gameplay, kind of how it is to go from a child to an adult.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You know, assuming you don't get murdered.
Yeah, I mean, that happens sometimes. Whatever, it's no big deal. I probably should have been paying attention.
I obviously haven't seen how it goes in this game. But one of my favorite tricks that I feel like only video games can really pull off, TV shows to a lesser extent, is where you have a long story, a really long story, and the beginning and the end is connected, but you have a lot of stuff in the middle that on paper isn't connected to anything else.
Yeah.
But in theme, it all goes together.
Yeah. Okay. Let's... Yeah, I think that's fine. So, Ryu, he's at 1 hit point.
Yep.
Notice that weird yellow on his maximum hit points.
Okay.
What do you think that is?
I'm going to guess that every time you go down, your max HP goes down until you do something like a sleep.
That is correct.
Okay.
And it has to be an in-bed sleep.
Okay, so tents don't work.
Yes. Yeah, it has to be an inn or a place that you can just rest, which I'm going to go back to our place.
Right.
I probably should have been advancing the plot, but I kind of wanted to wander around and just do stuff while we talked about things.
Like, as far as an LP is concerned, games like this, there's a ton of fucking around where we can just talk about whatever shit we feel like.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like, my dumbass brain keeps going off topic, and it's like, now's the time to do it!
Yep, let's talk about Danganronpa.
Yeah, why not? Fuck it.
Don't talk about it too much, though, because Grumps are playing it, and someone might get pissed if we spoil things.
I'm not gonna spoil shit.
Yeah.
All I'm gonna say is, Hero is a fucking shocker. Just because of... A, how fucking stupid he is. There's another shock that goes with Hero I'm not gonna say anything about. Hina is a pleasant surprise. Sakura is the best girl. 2 is full of interesting characters, and who you like is just gonna depend on you. And the best character in the entire franchise is in 3 with fucking, Koyuki. I almost forgot his name. I'm like, oh, that's embarrassing.
Okay. Oh, opponent has the initiative.
Ah, shit waffles.
Yeah. So I swapped Rei with Ryu because they tend to attack the one in front more often.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So, does this have the same Final Fantasy system where characters in the back row deal less physical damage but take less physical damage?
No, it's more complicated than
that.
Okay. Okay, so this has forms.
Okay.
Which, like... Basically, you can choose which order your characters are in, but also what kind of, like, what your formation does.
Right.
So, like... Here, let's, keep doing this. So, like, there's an attack formation, or a defense formation, or just what we're in right now is the normal formation that doesn't have any positives or benefits, or negatives. Oh, whoop, that's not what I meant to do. So, like... Yeah, we'll show you what they look like.
I saw you looking at that menu.
Yeah. Alright, so we'll go here. Tactics, form... Let's go to attack. Or, no, let's go to defense. So this one puts them all in a line.
Right.
They'll still go after the person who's number 1 first. But all of your character's defense is raised in this formation, but their attack is slightly lowered.
Okay.
Yeah. There are other formations you can get later through various means, like ones that will raise the magic of the person in the back, or, just weird shit. There's one that's, like, crazy useful with Rei at the head of the party, where it's a speed formation where it lowers your defense, but it makes every character act on the lead character's turn.
Okay, I can see why that's real good.
Yes, I think they use that one in speedrunning a lot.
Oh wow, the formation that lets you do things faster is used in speedrunning.
Yes,
I
it's
never
shocking,
would have guessed.
isn't it? Yeah. Because, of course, they found a way to break everything to the point where, like, everything is just... Everyone is so strong they can just win in a turn.
Well, that's how you speedrun.
Yeah.
It's either you fucking abuse the system to the point where everything is broken and you just, like, walk through the game. Or you memorize the game to the point where you're counting your fucking steps.
Yeah. I don't think there's a step counting aspect in this particular game. But, yeah. I can't remember all the tricks in this one. Like, I know there's certain dragon things that like just completely break the game. But Ray is used for the speed stuff specifically. So that's nice, but I'm trying to remember what other weird shit there is, because there's a bunch of ways to break this game.
Oh, I'm sure. Games, especially in this era, there are so many fucking weird ways to break it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just thinking back to the original RE3 and how you can just skip almost every fight in that game because all the enemies are based on sound.
Yeah.
And there's a way you can time your steps so your feet never actually touch the ground and you just skate along silently.
Mm-hmm. That's hilarious. That's the kind of shit that I did as a joke in, like, frickin' Final Fantasy VIII and stuff. Because it looked so real for the time.
Oh, yeah.
But having Squall just kind of skate along, and all his party members follow behind and skate along also, it's hilarious.